Hey everyone, Lolcohol here, and welcome to the second episode of Hidden Quality of Life features in Path of Exile. Now, the last video did super well, and I received tons of comments with other great suggestions, so we're going to be going through some of those today. Some of these are going to be mine, some of these are going to be yours, and there are so many that I might not be able to put them all in one video, but let's get started. So for the first trick, if you are crafting an item and are looking for a very specific mod, let's just say lightning damage or something like that, you can go in your highlight items, type Ctrl F and then type lightning. And then while spamming the item will highlight as soon as you hit that modifier. You see, it suddenly goes all bright and colorful. This is also very nice for, let's say, maps. If you're looking for something like Nemesis, if you want to try roll maps with that modifier, somehow I get on the first one, you can see it highlights. That's a nice trick. While I'm here, let's say that there's a specific modifier that you cannot run on your build. What you can do is put them all in a single stash tab. Same idea as before, Ctrl F, let's say reflect. And if a map has reflect, it'll immediately highlight it. Next thing I'm going to show you is how to get your gems to 20% quality without spending more than 1 GCP. And yes, this was probably the most commented thing. So if you sell a level 20 gem with 1 GCP, you'll get a level 1 gem back with 20% quality. Now, a lot of people absolutely swear by this. They'll do it on every single gem. My opinion is that this could absolutely destroy your damage for some skills. Certain skills, the level is where the damage is coming from, and also sometimes the additional effects from quality isn't that amazing. So just check your quality and what it does before doing this. Also know whether the damage is coming from levels, because it actually takes a lot of time to get a gem back up to level 20. But at start of league, if you're broke, this is a great trick to remember. Also, a quick correction from the last video, and I apologize for making this mistake. It was quite embarrassing, but Zana's inventory will only reset if you run one of her missions from the map device. It will not work for anyone, like I said in the last episode, and finding her naturally in maps will also not reset her inventory, so this is the only way to do it. But while I'm here, I'm going to show you something pretty cool. Let's open a map, and now you might have these pesky portals just sitting in your hideout and you accidentally click them. Something you can do if you want to close these portals is to use another map, activate it and pull it out quickly before the portals spawn, and then your portals will close. So if you want to close your portals, that's one clever way to do it. Next one comes from Nicholas West, just reminding us that stash tab affinities are a thing. So if you right click on a premium tab, you can set it to affinity. What this will do is it'll put the specific thing in that tab. So if you've got a currency tab, if you control click from anywhere, if I control click portal, it'll go straight into the currency tab. And that works for all the different league tabs, but you can also set other premium tabs to affinity. So even if you don't have a blight tab, you can set any premium tab to blight, currency, what have you. But while we're here, and this is an absolutely excellent trick, this one comes from Titanium. If you want to bypass stash tab affinities, you can control shift click and then click the item and it'll go into the tab that you have open. This is very useful if you're filling up a tab with specific things that you want. You can control shift click and it won't immediately jump and throw it into your map tab, for example. Hopping over to the trade site, and this is my suggestion, you can actually sell specific items for currency. So most people will do something like, I want to buy Chaos Orb with my Exalted Orb, or let's say you have a Doctor, you'll put it in your stash and list it for a certain amount. But what you can do is actually look for people who are buying specific things. So let's type the Doctor. For example, Doctor, I want Exalts for my Doctor. So you'll see here, this person is buying Doctors for 9x. So this is a way to trade things more easily, if you don't want to have to wait for a trade, sometimes these people will be offering you a bit less for that thing, but it's usually quite a quick sale. Also, what you can do is, let's say you've got a fancy Delve resonator and you don't want to wait for someone to buy it, same thing. This guy is actually buying it at the going rate. So if you have a prime chaotic resonator, you can just message this dude and hopefully he replies. Probably not. You'll probably have to buy from this guy down here, but it's still a good trick to remember. And while we're on the trade site, this ignore button is absolutely wonderful. If you see idiots like this who are deliberately mispricing items to get at the top of the search feed, you can just hit this ignore button and you will never see them again. I've been using this so much this league. Trading has already been unpleasant enough as it is, but now I've ignored those fools. Let's see what comes up. Hey, there's more. Just ignore these guys as well. And you can just hit F5 because often these people will list like 200 of this bloody item and completely, you can see like there's just so many. Can we please just get to the actual price? There we go. Finally, someone actually selling the item for the real price. However, if you don't want to ignore those people, I do it because it's satisfying to hit ignore on people. You can also go down to the bottom to the trade filters and you can go buyout price. If you don't want to see people listing things for Perandus coins, you can, instead of going Chaos Orb equivalent, you can go specifically Chaos Orb or Exalted Orb. That'll really cut down on the number of morons that you see. Sorry, those people just really annoy me. If you couldn't tell, I really can't stand that. Anyway, let's move on. Another great tip that comes from quite a few people, but I'll put their names on the screen now, is to level gems in your offhand. So gems will get experience even if they're not on your character when you're killing things. If it's in your offhand, it's a really good idea to level some things like Empowers or Enlightens, just so that when they get level 3, you can borrow them and maybe sell them for a nice profit. So that's a great trick to remember. If you want to find the location of a monster for a Pantheon, let's say that I want to find Gisale Thought Thief. Now, which map is that guy in? Let's check. We can go Control F, Gisale, and the map in which that monster is hiding will be highlighted. So you know that is in the Scriptorium map. Very useful. Another cool vendor trick that you can do is a 3-to-1 recipe. Now this works for catalysts. If you go 3 of these, you'll get 3 random catalysts. If you do it with oils, you'll get the next level of oil. So 3 sepia oils gives us 1 amber oil. Also, if you have mostly brains from Metamorph Dude, Tane, you can use 3 of those. It'll give you a random hidden one. Also with essences, if you don't have the essence tab, you can sell 3 to a vendor to get 1 of the next level. Now I'm using 9 here, so I'm getting 3, but yeah, just displaying that you don't have to go 3 at a time. You can actually put in several at a time. Another cool trick if you want to find more GCPs, if you sell gems whose quality adds up to 40%. So this is 14, 14, 14, that adds up to 42%, I believe. It'll give you a GCP. But if you have a gem with 20% quality, you can just sell that and it'll give you another GCP. That's a nice trick if you're running out of gem cutters to get some more.
May the darkness spare you.
So like in the other video, let's go through some lightning round noob tricks. The first one is that the rarity of an item affects how much quality is applied to it from things like chisels and armor scraps and blacksmith's whetstones. There's always some dude on Reddit who says, man, I've been playing this game for 6 years and I didn't know this. So if you want to save your currency, if you apply a quality currency to a normal rarity item, it'll add 5% quality. On a magic item, it'll add 2% quality. And for a rare item, it'll add 1% quality per scrap. So before rolling your maps, it's a good idea. Apply the cartographer's chisel while it's normal quality, then use an orb of alchemy. That'll save you a lot of currency over time. Another noob trick, if you want to link an item to your friend or someone in your party, you can Control-Alt-click and it'll put it there. You can hit enter and then they can hover over it and see the item. Another good one to remember is that you can hold down shift while using a currency item and keep clicking. You won't have to manually go 1, 1, 1. Just hold shift, click, and it'll keep it on your cursor. Another good one to remember is that you can press Control when assigning points in your passive tree. If you don't, you'll have to click it and then you'll have to go apply points. But if you hold down Control while clicking it, it'll just instantly assign it.
Good day.
If you're like me and you have Scrolls of Wisdom off on your loot filter, you might run out of them, but you can sell Orbs of Transmutation to get a whole bunch, or Blacksmith Whetstones to get a whole bunch, or Armorer's Scraps. That's going to be it for this video, folks. If your suggestion wasn't in this video, don't worry, I will include it in the next one. And be sure to keep all the interesting quality of life secrets that you have. Put them in the comments below, and if there's something new, I'll be sure to include it in the next video. So with that being said, if you liked the video, a like and subscribe are appreciated. Come join our Discord, link is in description, and if you want to follow me on Twitch, you can do that too. Anyway, have a wonderful day everyone, take care, bye bye!
Divine power! Divine power! It's branching, Exile. You're making me nervous.